yet never achieved true financial freedom? Meanwhile, a small group of billionaires, with the same 24 hours we all have, build empires that span generations. The difference lies not only in how much they earn, but mainly in how they think, how they view money, and what they do with it. And it's precisely this hidden secret, closely guarded and rarely shared, that you'll discover in this video today. Here, we'll dive deep into the mindset, habits, and strategies that billionaires quietly apply, without exposing them in interviews or self-help books. These are principles that, when applied consistently, have the power to transform not only your bank account, but your entire relationship with money. Get ready, because what you're about to hear may shatter long-held beliefs and open up a new perspective on how to build real wealth. And before we begin, it's important for you to know that this content isn't just theoretical. It's the result of studies on finance, investments, and stories of people who have truly walked the path to abundance. So, if you're ready to turn the key, stay with me until the end. How many times have you felt like you're working hard, but the money just slips through your fingers? The paycheck comes in, but before you even realize it, it's already tied up in bills, debts, and seemingly never-ending expenses. This is a common scenario for most people. A race with no finish line, where effort never translates into true prosperity. And it's not because you lack the ability, intelligence, or will to succeed, but because you've been conditioned to believe that the only way to achieve stability is by exchanging time for money. The problem is that time is the most limited resource we have, and as long as you cling to this logic, you'll remain trapped in a cycle of no progress. Now, think about it. How many times have you felt stuck when you saw an opportunity, but gave up because you believed you didn't have enough money, didn't have the necessary training, or simply because it seemed too risky? This is precisely where billionaires stand apart. While most people become paralyzed by scarcity, they train their minds to identify possibilities even in They know that the real obstacle isn't a lack of resources, but a lack of vision. And that's precisely why, in the next chapter, you'll learn an overview of the hidden secrets they use to escape this invisible prison and turn money into their ally. Now that we understand the problem that holds most people back, it's time to pull back the curtain and reveal the secrets that set billionaires apart from the rest of the world. In this video, you'll discover 10 hidden principles that, when applied, completely change your relationship with money. We'll talk about the difference between working for money and making money work for you, the invisible power of compound interest, and how an abundance mindset turns crises into opportunities. You'll learn the importance of never relying on a single source of income, the networking game that opens invisible doors, and even how to transform debt into assets that generate wealth. We'll also explore the discipline of reinvestment, long-term vision, the habit of continuous financial education, and, finally, the power of mindset. The first secret that separates billionaires from everyone else is understanding that money shouldn't be earned solely through physical effort or endless hours of work. They know that time is a non-renewable resource, while money can be multiplied infinitely when used correctly. Therefore, instead of clinging to the logic of earning to spend, they constantly seek ways to make money generate more money. This concept is called passive income, a financial flow that continues even when you're not present. It could be a stock investment, a rental property, an automated business, or even royalties from a creative project. Now, imagine the impact this would have on your life. While most people work to pay the bills, you'd have money coming in regularly, without relying on every hour you spend at work. Billionaires don't ask themselves, how much will I earn at the end of the month? But rather, how can I make every dollar I earn work for me? This simple mindset shift opens doors to financial freedom. And the best part is, you don't need to start with millions. Even small investments, when what can put your money to work. The second secret billionaires master like no one else is the invisible power of compound interest. For most people, money seems to grow only when they work harder or get a raise. But billionaires know that true magic happens when capital generates more capital, and this process repeats itself over and over again. It's like planting a tree. At first, it seems small and insignificant, but with patience and consistency, the fruits multiply to unimaginable proportions. Albert Einstein once said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and it's no coincidence. Now, think of something simple. Invest a fixed amount every month, even if small, and let time take its course. In a few years, you'll not only have the money invested, but also the earnings that turn into new income, creating a snowball effect. Billionaires use this rule extensively, investing millions that multiply on their own. But the logic is the same for anyone. The sooner you start, the greater the future impact. This is how they make fortunes grow silently, without daily effort, just with strategy and patience. The third secret lies in the way billionaires see the world. They operate under an abundance mindset. While most people live trapped in a scarcity mindset, the scarcity mindset is the one that paralyzes, making you believe there aren't enough opportunities, that everything is too risky, or that only those born rich can prosper. This mindset creates a cycle of fear, inaction, and frustration. The abundance mindset, on the other hand, is completely different. It teaches you to see possibilities even when the situation seems negative. For someone with this mindset, a crisis isn't a problem, but a chance to find creative solutions, invest when everyone else is giving up, or identify opportunities that few can see. Billionaires don't wait for luck to change. They train their minds to believe there's always a way, and this makes them bolder and more confident. This mindset doesn't happen overnight, but it can be cultivated. It starts with simple questions. Instead of thinking I can't do this, you start thinking how can I make this happen? This shift in focus completely alters the way you act. And when you act like someone who believes in abundance, you inevitably begin to attract results that previously seemed impossible. The fourth secret billionaires hold is simple yet powerful. Never rely on a single source of income. Most people believe that a steady salary or a business is enough to guarantee financial stability, but this is a trap. Life is unpredictable, and any unforeseen event, be it an economic crisis, job loss, or market shift, can jeopardize everything at once. Billionaires understand that true security comes from diversification, multiple income streams working together to sustain and grow their wealth. This doesn't mean creating dozens of businesses or investing in every possible area. It means building strategic sources that complement and enhance each other. This could be an investment in real estate, a stake in startups, equity funds, digital businesses, or even royalties from creative projects. The important thing is that each financial stream is autonomous and helps you avoid relying exclusively on a single resource. By adopting this practice, you transform your risk into opportunity. Even if one area suffers losses, others continue to generate money, ensuring consistency and continuous growth. The first step is to identify a way to diversify your income today, even if only in a small way, and begin creating multiple avenues for your money to work for you safely and strategically. The fifth secret of billionaires is the power of networking and strategic influence. While many people believe that success depends solely on technical knowledge or degrees, they know that surrounding themselves with the right people can generate opportunities that no amount of money can buy. Strategic contacts open invisible doors, business deals, partnerships, investments, and privileged information that completely change the course of a career or venture. What separates those who achieve wealth from the majority is not luck, but rather the ability to connect with people who add value, inspire growth, and share transformative experiences. Networking doesn't mean accumulating business cards or having hundreds of superficial connections on social media. The secret lies in building genuine relationships, where there is an exchange of knowledge, trust, and mutual support. Attending events, engaging in strategic communities, seeking mentors, and maintaining constant contact with influential people are common practices among billionaires. Furthermore, influence is an extension of networking. Those who build authority, reputation, and credibility naturally attract opportunities. It's a cycle. The more value you offer, the more doors open, the more people want to be around you, and the more resources become available. Starting to invest time and energy in quality relationships today can multiply your financial results in ways that money alone never could. The sixth secret billionaires silently apply is the ability to transform debt into assets. For most people, debt is a problem, something to be avoided at all costs. But billionaires see debt differently, as a strategic tool for generating more wealth. As long as it's used wisely and with planning, they know how to differentiate between bad debt, those that consume their money without generating a return, and good debt, which acts as leverage to increase wealth and invest in opportunities that multiply capital. For example, using a mortgage to buy a rental property is a debt that pays itself off over time, becoming a source of passive income. Another example is using lines of credit to invest in a business with high return potential, knowing exactly how much will be invested and how the profit will cover the interest. This approach requires discipline, risk analysis, and strategic vision, but it's a method billionaires use every day to expand their wealth without having to rely solely on their own money. The first step to applying this secret is to understand your finances in detail, identify investment opportunities, and only then use debt wisely. When done correctly, other people's money can work for you, accelerating wealth building in ways most can't even imagine. The seventh secret is the discipline of constant reinvestment. While many people receive profits and immediately spend them on consumer goods or leisure, billionaires take a completely different approach. They reinvest a large portion of their earnings so that their capital continues to grow. This practice may seem simple, but it is extremely powerful. Each reinvested dollar becomes a seed that, over time, multiplies and creates new income streams, enhancing the effect of compound interest and accelerating wealth building. Reinvestment isn't limited to money earned from businesses or investments. It also involves time, energy, and knowledge. For example, Learning new skills, studying market opportunities, or developing new projects is part of this continuous growth cycle. This discipline requires patience, emotional control, and a future-oriented mindset, as results don't always appear immediately, but accumulate exponentially over the years. To apply this secret, start with small actions. Set aside part of each profit, bonus, or monthly income and invest it in return-generating assets. Over time, this habit will become automatic and transform your capital into a continuous growth engine. What sets billionaires apart is precisely this consistency. They never let their money sit idle, always looking for ways to make it work even harder, increasing their financial freedom in a sustainable way. Asterisk,